even like flamingos. Okay, so that was obviously a big fat lie. I mean, I freaking love flamingos. Hello everybody, I'm Bethy. I really like flamingos. They're not my favourite animal, but I do really like them. Flamingos. See, I really love flamingos, but if this one that's staring directly into the camera behind me starts to turn its head, I am out of here. Flamingos are everywhere at the minute. I even had a flamingo on my Christmas tree this year, which was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of having flamingos on my Christmas tree. We also had a Christmas whale, don't ask. Yeah, flamingos are everywhere these days, and it's kind of like, because you see them so often, you can't help but either love them or hate them. Like, I know that a lot of people think that flamingos are overused these days. Freaking ghosts. But I know for a fact that flamingos are one of my favourite animals. Not my most favourite, but they are one of them. Yeah, so in today's apocalypse blog, video, I'm going to be painting flamingos. Or a flamingo.
Okay, so this is my sketchbook. It's a little bit battered because I like to fold the pages backwards behind the sketchbook when I'm sketching with it on my knee. So I've already sketched out some thumbnails for this project because I've never actually drawn a flamingo before. I'd already decided that the flamingo probably wasn't going to look realistic because realistic isn't my art style whatsoever. The first thumbnail is not a flamingo, that is a cat. After drawing the first thumbnail I thought, I don't like cats, I'm going to draw a flamingo, and that's how the flamingo thumbnail started. So this flamingo basically has a scribble at the back of it and a bunch of leaves, which was my first idea. In the third thumbnail I wanted to introduce some hanging baskets and some windows in the background because I thought that would be quite a cool concept to basically just have a flamingo indoors surrounded by plants. And then the fourth thumbnail is a flamingo wearing a detective's hat. Because why not? I mean, all flamingos should have hats. I spilt tea on this sketchbook page, so there is some splatters on this one. I decided to run away with the hat idea and thought, hey, do you know what's better than a flamingo in a detective's hat? A flamingo at a party. And then I decided to add the party hat design into my first thumbnail because I thought it would be really cute and quirky, but quickly realised that the flamingo's head would have to be further down so that the party hat would be more centred. And that's a drawing of my Animal Crossing character as an egg. Now I'm starting a new sketchbook page and I'm just going to draw out my first idea again, but with the party hat, and centre the flamingo's head properly so I can really cement in my brain what I want to be doing with this design. I basically sketched some more shapes into the leaves and tried to decide what kind of leaves I wanted. I decided to go with some Monstera style leaves, and then I drew a flamingo on a swing. I am not quite sure why. Flamingo eyes are actually really terrifying, so I'm now also using the space in my sketchbook to sketch out some cuter eyes because I do not want it to be terrifying. Yeah, they're kind of like round, they have this really small pupil and all around it is yellow, and it's quite creepy, so I'm not gonna draw it like that. So this is me just drawing some classic cute cartoon eyes. This one's more anime, and then I decided to put a little flick on it because I thought, oh my god, that is just so cute. Some people just like to draw their eyes closed, so I did a couple of those sketches as well, even though those are relatively simple. And then I thought, I could do a flamingo that has just a full-on anime eye. People draw many different styles of beaks on flamingos if you Google just cute flamingo drawings, so this was me just having a go at drawing different beaks. The first one kind of has a creepy like villain smile. And some of them are more rounded and more square, so I just started doing different styles. That one's a very, very cute one. Have you seen Aladdin? When Iago dresses up as the flamingo to confuse Aladdin. Yeah, I do that beak. I don't think I'm going to use it though, it's really just for fun. This beak kind of ends up looking like Alice in Wonderland. So of course I paint the background blue, because at the minute this kind of blue is absolutely my favourite colour. And I just kind of start to sketch in where I think the monstera leaves are going to be, before going in and adding in some detail, which will be painted over, so. So I actually made the mistake of going in and trying to paint the monstera leaves before realising that half of them are going to be covered up by the flamingo, so then I just kind of start to draw the flamingo in, and I end up giving them this really sketchy, suspicious looking eye that was originally part of the monstera leaf. So I kind of kept that in and just drew his eye into the shape itself. Unfortunately my camera cut off again, but this next video is me trying to figure out what colour I want the party hat. So I started off with orange, but then I quickly realised that it was too bright for the piece that I wanted, so I quickly kind of sketch out the colour wheel and try and figure out what colours I think would look really, really good with this piece. So this is me just doing a really quick colour wheel and then some swatching. It's always important to swatch your colours first, because then that way at least you'll know what colour palette you want to use. I didn't do that this time because I thought I was above it. Clearly not. So I'm just going back and quickly swatching and seeing what colours I want. I decide on purple and yellow because they're opposite colours, so. I then have the pleasure of trying to fix the mistake that I made and trying to cover up the orange, which I think I do fairly well, to be honest. Are you guys sick of voice over me talking yet? Because I'm going to talk some more, but feel free to mute me at any point if you just want to see the video. So a bit of a fun fact for you. Toby actually knows all of the steps to the flamingo mating dance, so if you know him, make sure you ask him about that, because he really, really, really loves to show people his dance. I didn't want to use black for the beak, so I ended up making a really, really kind of dark purple colour out of grey, purple, and then a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black, which served on making it quirky, but not too dark, which I really, really liked. So now I'm starting to paint the leaves in. I use a mixture of a darker colour and a lighter colour just to add a little bit of different gradients and tones in there. If anyone actually wants to know what my favourite animal is, my most favourite animal is a nudibranch, and it kind of looks like a sea slug, but it isn't actually a sea slug. And it likes to eat the stinging cells from other organisms and then add them to its armour, and they can often end up looking quite colourful and quite beautiful, and there is lots of different species of them. Unfortunately, nudibranches haven't caught on in the art and design world, so there really isn't many objects or houseware or fashion items with nudibranches on. I don't know, maybe I will make the nudibranches my next project and start making more artwork with them in, because that would be quite cool. But seriously, you should Google them, they are awesome. So now I'm just adding in the finishing touches, neatening things up and drawing in the flamingo's eye, which ends up making the flamingo look really shady, and I really quite like it. Like, what is this flamingo up to?
Okay, so here's the final result. I should bring this side because now he's looking at me. I think sometimes what I love about painting is that it comes out totally different to what you expect sometimes. Result. Okay, I actually do think I like it better with the little string. I think it just adds a little bit more to it. I think that next time I'm going to try and put more pattern in there. Still keeping the image flat. When I say pattern, I mean not on the flamingo. I mean in the background. Like, I really like the idea of having a flowery pattern on the party hat instead of just stripes. So I might try that. And actually what I'm thinking of doing is doing some more like this with flamingos and kind of turn it into a little series. If you have any ideas about names to call him, let me know, because I've got to give him a name, obviously. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, feel free to shout at me in the comments, but actually please don't, because I will cry. Make sure that you stay safe and healthy, and I will see you for tomorrow's video.